All right, this next video we are going to do is titled Cops Unlock Predator's Phone, Find Horrifying Video of Missing Girl. Wow. This is about an hour long, so y'all get y'all snacks, y'all get y'all everything ready. But without any further ado, we're gonna get it straight. If you don't sub,
your mammy can't save you. I'ma tie your ass up. I'ma
Alright, we're gonna get straight to it. My bad, I don't know how to talk. But yeah, let's do it.
911, what's the location of your emergency?
I'm reporting a missing child.
And at this point, I start to panic and freak out because that can't be the case. She was dropped off. I remember him saying, should I have asked a warrant? And I'm like, no, you've got nothing to hide. Give him your phone. If you were to go demand your phone back right now, that would look suspicious as like, what are you doing?
I feel like sometimes people struggle to show real emotion when they're aware of what the truth is.
If I knew anything, I promise you, I would tell you. Like, I am willing to take a lie detector test, whatever the you want, but I don't know anything.
On February 25th, 2024 in Kissimmee, Florida, Madeline Soto celebrated her 13th birthday party with family and friends. The joyous occasion was quickly overshadowed by fear and panic just one day later when her mother arrived to pick her up from school only to learn Madeline never made it to class. Police and investigators launch a massive search operation, but as they piece together the clues from her last 24 hours, shocking evidence and glaring inconsistencies
what the hell was that?
Police and investigators launch a massive search operation. But as they piece together the clues from her last 24 hours, shocking evidence and glaring inconsistencies begin to emerge, suggesting her disappearance may be connected to a far more sinister truth.
I don't want to believe she's still alive. She's out there.
The following report is based on police records, and most of the footage has never been seen before until now. Please note that all persons charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. On the late evening of February 26, 2024, the Orange County Sheriff's Office receives a 911 call from a caller with a dire concern.
Do you need police, fire, or medical?
Police possibly. I'm reporting a missing child.
Okay, and the child that you're trying to report missing, are you calling on behalf of the parent?
Yes, on behalf of the mother. She's missing.
Okay, and then how long has it been, though, since you guys have last seen her?
Since this morning. She was dropped off at school this morning, and apparently she never showed up. We called everyone we knew. No one's seen her.
After collecting more details, the dispatcher assures the caller that a deputy will arrive as soon as possible. However, no help arrives. She calls back 2 more times, attempting to express the urgency of the situation.
Do you need police, fire, or medical?
No, it's not a medical issue. We have a missing child since.
Nobody showed up? I ain't gonna lie, bro. My bad, y'all, as I search for this, but like, how would y'all feel if that was like y'all's daughter or whatever the case is? And you know what I'm saying? You're trying to get the help you need. And and shit like this is going on. I would feel like nobody even cares. Like,
arrive as soon as possible. However, no help arrives. She calls back 2 more times, attempting to express the urgency of the situation.
Do you need police, fire, or medical?
No, it's not a medical issue. We have a missing child since this morning. We already called 3 times.
Yes, ma'am. I see you. This is waiting for a deputy to respond.
You're waiting for a deputy to respond?
Yes, ma'am.
And how long more do we need to wait? It's a child missing.
I understand that, ma'am, but I'm just not able to give out ETA. I don't know when they'll be there.
So this is not important for you guys? Really?
Ma'am, we were very busy in the area. Look, I understand they'll be there as soon as they can, okay?
The chilling reason for the delay and what had deputies in the area so busy would soon raise more questions about the timing of her disappearance. At 7:48 p.m., Deputy Joseph finally arrives at the scene to meet with the missing girl's mother, 35-year-old Jennifer Soto, and her boyfriend, 37-year-old Stephen Stearns.
Hi there. Hey there.
Hey there. What's going on?
So, was dropped off close to school this morning, but never made it. I went to pick her up from school.
I'm sorry, 1 second.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
Are we looking for another kid or we have a kid?
Looking for another one.
With more than one missing child in the area, the fear that she may have been abducted remains a possibility.
So she was supposed to be dropped off at school, didn't make it to school.
Didn't make it to school. I went to pick her up from school today,
Okay.
and she never came out. I got an email from the school saying she was absent, but I also messaged her teacher, and he looked at her entire attendance today and saw that she was completely not at school today either.
Okay.
So she never made it.
Just had her 13th birthday.
13.
Wow,
What was she
that's crazy.
wearing?
Green hoodie, white Crocs, either blue or black pants.
I think black shorts.
Do you know if she has like friends in the area?
She does, but she doesn't know where they live. I asked all of them.
Is this like, does she like have any places that you guys know that she'll usually be at? Any friend's house? Any places that like she likes to hang out?
Not typically, no.
No.
Not typically?
No.
Okay. By any chance, does she have a phone number or phone?
She does, but she left it at home today. I haven't.
You have it.
And I've already gone through her messages.
Okay. How about, does she have like Apple Watch? No. Does she have
She's got a device. The only device she's got on her right now is her school laptop.
a school laptop? Is that trackable?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
It should be. It should be.
It should be. Nah, yeah, it should be trackable for surely. Especially like if it's a school laptop, she should be able to go to the school and ask them. Because I'm pretty sure, like, you know, if somebody tries to run off with one of their laptops, I'm pretty sure there's like a tracker in them to make sure, you know, they're only like, you know, district on district property. Like, you feel me? So it should be trackable for real. Unless there's something I don't really know about.
Without her cell phone, the laptop is their only hope of tracking Madeline's location. Attempts were made to locate the laptop, but unfortunately, the last pinged location was near downtown Orlando on February 22nd, 4 days prior to her disappearance.
Dang. 4 days before her disappearance, though, so yeah. So her shit was found in deputies completed area to reach by phone. The last bit of downtown. Okay, so yeah.
On February 22nd, 4 days prior to her disappearance.
Does she have a history of running away or anything?
Never.
She was hanging out and lost time kind of thing?
Possibly, I don't know. She got dropped off. She was like, so she's gonna bury her by his car. So she didn't want to be dropped off at school. She wanted to be dropped off like half a block away so she can walk. Bury her by his car. So she didn't want to be dropped off at school. She wanted to be dropped off like half a block away so she can walk.
It's an image thing, she's in the face.
But he dropped her off half a block away and drove away.
Did she ever go to school though?
No, we called school.
She was walking in that direction, she was rifling through her backpack, just looking for something. I thought maybe she was just looking for headphones before she got her walking on.
Yeah.
But she was just kind of, you know, shambling over in that direction. It looked the same as any other morning.
A sudden phone call puts the room on high alert as family and officers alike wait to hear if it's news about Madeline.
Hello? Yes? Hi, Principal. I'm okay. How are you?
Stefan leads officers to the location where he believes he dropped her off for school, but apparent struggles with his memory give them a less than ideal start.
Was it here?
It was along this stretch. I can't remember the exact spot, but it was around where these communities were. Oh, thank you. So it's like around where these communities were.
Okay.
And it's just like in this stretch, like we could see the overpass down there.
Where's the school?
Just on the other side of the overpass.
With a general idea of where Madeline was last seen, officers begin to search a nearby apartment complex for any sign of the missing child.
No cameras as of right now.
I can't believe that in this day and age, there's no cameras pointing out anywhere.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if we can find something. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Deputy Joseph appears to have better luck as he reviews surveillance footage at a church half a mile from Madeline's school, where a young girl fitting her description was captured on camera in the early morning hours.
There's like a car full.
Yeah, he left and she walked onto property. And then she actually dove back onto property.
I guess she got
So she's still sitting there.
her.
what they were saying, right? She left her phone on to me. It's like, that feels intentional. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, that is true too. That is true too. Leaving your phone at home is very, very, very intentional. Because if she's in her bag, she can't be looking for headphones. Because she don't got no phone. I don't know that. Yeah.
So I'm gonna try bumping it up like 10 minutes to see if she's in there. Yeah.
Oh, wait, there is a person getting out of the car.
She's gone. She's by 9.
Hopeful that Madeline's movements can be tracked, a K-9 search unit is dispatched in the intersection near the school where Madeline may have walked. The stakes are high and every second counts, but after nearly 15 minutes of searching, they've yet to pick up her trail.
I mean, if I had to guess, get out of there. If I had to guess, you probably went that way. But, ow. He dumped her off here, or he dumped her off up ahead? Okay.
And she walked this way, coming down.
So her scent's probably all over here anyway. Yeah, it's a tough one. What are you telling me? No. Okay. Yeah, we can call it.
Back at the church, Deputy Joseph shares what he saw on the surveillance footage with Madeline's aunt.
Okay, it's blurry video, but it looks like a adolescent child sitting right there. And I don't see her getting into anybody's car in the video. I see her sitting on property for give or take 10 minutes and then walking off property. I don't know which way she went from there and get more video.
Show the bridge or anything?
No.
Speculating that Madeline may have wandered away on her own, the officer asks if there's anywhere she may have gone that she wouldn't want her mother to know about.
I have no idea. We checked your phone. I didn't see any
Crazy stuff.
Crazy
Me neither, yeah.
I didn't see her trying to plan anything with anyone. And I just really don't think she's the type to do that.
Just walk up and leave.
I don't see her doing that at all.
The mystery of Madeline's disappearance eludes law enforcement as a challenging night of searching meets a disappointing end. Despite their exhaustive efforts, the haunting question of where Madeline has gone and why leaves everyone grasping for answers. The following day, on February 27th, officers begin canvassing local neighborhoods, and the family makes multiple appearances and television interviews. As news about Madeline's disappearance spreads, some residents begin feeling the emotional impact.
Oh, is this about that little girl?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I've been crying all day long.
Yeah, she's been missing since 8:30 a.m.
Why aren't there any updates? I'm looking everywhere for anybody. I kept saying to myself, I said, I'm hoping she skipped school today.
While Orange County deputies continue knocking on doors, a detective heads to Madeline's school to speak with her best friend, in the hopes she may have heard from her, or has information that may lead to a breakthrough.
I thought it was fishy yesterday when she didn't text me at all, because usually even if she doesn't go to school that day, she texts me the night or the day of, she'll wake up early just to text me hey, I'm not going to school. And she didn't yesterday, but I didn't think everything of it, because I thought she slept in or something.
Okay. Did you ever try to call her or text her or anything?
Yes, I called her.
And no answer?
No answer.
And that's completely out of the ordinary for her?
Yeah.
According to investigators, Madeline's phone was unplugged from the charger on February 26th at 7.
Damn, they got that? And niggas think they can delete some shit out their phone and it's just gone? Bro, they know what time you took your phone off the charger. That is so wild to me. Oh, she had the cute little, she had a cute little room going. Damn, she was really just a 13-year-old child, bro. As you get older, you start to see the innocence in, these ages, bro. She was 13, bro.
7:04 a.m. It was then powered off around 15 minutes later, which they would determine is an unusual pattern according to historical phone data. A speculation that Madeline ran a usual pattern according to around 15 minutes.
7:16 a.m. powered off.
Later,
but it's she left her phone at home. Why power it off and then leave it home? Like, you think she powered off to not want to be tracked, but obviously you could still track the phone when it's powered off and shit.
They would determine is an unusual pattern according to historical phone data. As speculation that Madeline ran away from home continues, her friend drops a shocking revelation.
She had told, like, when I turned 13, once I turn 13, I'm going to leave this house and never come back.
Why 13?
Because she...
Why was that not the first thing you told the police? Oh yeah, she told one of my friends. That would have been the first thing I would have... Oh, she's missing? Yeah, she told somebody. She was like... Yeah, maybe she was waiting for the police to come in contact with her and she didn't want to tell the mom. But at the same time, to me, it's like, bro, reach out to police and make that call, bro. That's your friend. You know what I'm saying?
I was brag because I said that I can't wait to my birthday. And she was like, are you having a birthday party? I said no. And she was like, oh, I get a whole bunch of money, like $500 something. I think she was waiting to turn 13. That way she could get a whole bunch of money and go.
But where would she go?
I have no clue.
As the question
And why? Why would she just up and leave a perfectly normal house? Like, they asked some of the neighbors, right? Like, the houses looked fine.
Why Madeline would want to run away from home haunts the investigators. Her mother, Jennifer, offers a simple explanation.
So this whole living in the woods thing, I have people like tromping through the woods right now on horses and ATVs and all sort of things, but has she ever mentioned that before?
The thing is, I started talking to her about World War III, just what's happening politically, and I'm like, I don't know what that means for us, but we'll see what happens. But I've talked to her about World War III, so that's why I'm just saying.
How long ago was that? I mean, is that something that might have impacted her?
And that's why she said she wanted to go live in the woods.
As the detective asks Jennifer for her own insights, she poses a darker theory for what may have happened to Madeline.
Based off of everything, me knowing her and knowing how she is and how tight-knit we are, like, I don't think she would run away.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she was taken, like, on that short walk from where she was dropped off to the school.
As investigators finish interviewing Madeline's friend, she shares one final detail that suggests a suspicious break in her usual routine. The friend shares that Madeline always preferred to be dropped off at school and had never walked her way to school from the church.
But yesterday, for some random reason, she wanted to be dropped off at the church.
I don't know if she's ever been dropped off at church before. No, she's told me.
Okay.
The unusual circumstances leave detectives scrambling for answers, and they'll soon turn to Stefan and Jennifer to fill in the blanks. As officers continue canvassing,
Look at these are lovely houses.
Night falls with no valuable leads. By now, Madeline has been missing for over 48 hours.
Bro, being a cop or a parent, like, which one do you think is worse? Being a cop looking for a missing child or being a parent looking for a missing child? Because the cop, if you have kids, you're obviously going to empathize with the parent. You're going to understand where the parent, and you yourself, you're going to feel that. Like, even if you don't have a kid, you're going to, I got to find where this human is at. Like, I wouldn't be able to sleep as a cop or a mother. I'm trying to find out where she's at. I'm scavenging everything. Bruh, I need her Instagram password. I'm going through her old posts, going through her notes, seeing what she, asking if she posted anything. Like, I need everything. Like, I know that keeps them up at night, just like not being able to solve that. You know what I'm saying? And then on the parent side, it's like, bro, your daughter is missing and you can't do anything but just tell the police what you know. And if they don't know, which is not likely, that if you don't know, they can't know because it's your child. You know what I'm saying? So it's like...
K9 Wyatt returns for a second attempt at locating her trail. This time, beginning at Madeline's residence, where Stefan and Jennifer are waiting.
We're going to pull one more, and then we're going to have the dog sniff it out again and see if we can get another track going.
Can I get you, like, the last outfit you were wearing?
Has it been, like, with other clothes and all that, like your clothes?
It got mixed in with clean clothes and dirty clothes.
Is it other people's dirty clothes or is it her just hers? Is her
What about
underwear?
like a pillow that she likes to sleep with?
Her underwear is
I mean, all that stuff works.
Yeah, but you slept on the pillow this morning.
No, that's right. I snuggled with a pillow.
They settle on using a pair of her underwear from the bathroom, and the search begins. However, Stefan's curiosity will soon create an unexpected barrier to their efforts.
I'm gonna be going like right where you guys are. Yeah, you guys can go inside if you want, because then I just don't want him trying to track you guys. Yeah, he's a pretty cute little guy. Just as long as everybody's inside, I'm not gonna go inside. I'm just gonna start at the front door. He's trying to open the door. Oh God, he opened the door. Sorry, he knows how to open doors.
After only a few minutes of searching, Stefan is seen lingering just around the corner, leading to frustration with the canine's handler.
No, sorry. He backtracks a lot, so he kind of just circles.
Yeah.
After being told that it's distracting.
Unfortunately, no critical evidence was found in the second canine search, and concerns around Madeleine's whereabouts continued to escalate. By Friday, March 1st, 5 days after she first disappeared, Madeleine is still nowhere to be found. Jennifer and Stefan have been interviewed multiple times, but inconsistencies in their accounts and shocking new evidence have thrown the case in a chilling new direction. As investigators meet with Jennifer to revisit their previous interviews, an intricate web of lies begins to unravel.
You want me to go through the whole timeline?
Yeah, we'll start with Sunday. Maybe do Sunday.
Sunday birthday party.
And his name is redacted. I wonder why. Why is it redacted though? Certain things get redacted out of these videos. I wonder why. If you're gonna tell us her name and you're gonna show the picture with her first and last name, what is the point of it being redacted out of the video for legal concerns? If you're telling us anyways, I'm just curious.
The whole day at my mom's house. They celebrated with the whole family. I was at work. I just started a new job last week or the week before. She had the best day. She was so happy when I got home and I saw her at my house around 8:30 that night. I wasn't home. She got dropped off alone. About 10 to 15 minutes later, Stefan showed up.
At your house in Kissimmee?
At my house in Kissimmee, he called me. 10 to 15 minutes, she got dropped off alone. About 10 to 15 minutes later, Stefan showed up.
Oh, so this is not, see? I didn't know that. I didn't know this was her mother's boyfriend. I didn't know this was her stepfather. I thought this was her father. I didn't know this was just the see, that changes a whole lot of everything. Cause I'm like, I was getting like vibes that, okay, Predator's phone gets unlocked. Is he the Predator? I'm like, bro, why are you preying on your daughter? That's weird as fuck. But okay.
10 to 15 minutes later, Stefan
even
showed
if
up.
it's still weird, but
at your house in Kissimmee?
At my house in Kissimmee, he called me. Or he texted me, I don't remember. But
oh shit. At 23:39 hours. Holy fuck. Make sure she goes to bed right now. Okay, sweetie, good night. Good night. She built her nest and she's settling down.
he let me know he was there and that she was getting ready for bed. She was doing her routine.
Stefan previously explained to detectives that he doesn't live with Jennifer full-time, but rather splits his time between her house in Kissimmee and his parents' home in Northport, Florida, nearly 150 miles away.
Damn, nigga driving from Kissimmee to Northport? Hey, that gotta be some crazy pussy. I'm in like this area, y'all. Feel me? I'm like right around. I'm like here. Cap. I'm like here. I'm trying to move like here. I'm trying to get to Miami. That's the goal. When I live in Miami, bro, just know like I'm just happy with my life. I'm trying to be, I don't know. I'm trying to be something. I don't even know what the limits are of what I can do. But I really just ask that God just take me places that I never thought were, you know what I'm saying, imaginable. That's all I ask in life.
And what is your time splitting look like? Are you here
Whatever
for
that yak
days,
was,
weeks,
but
months, something else?
Weeks at a time, yeah.
And so, I guess, when did you arrive this block of time that you were here?
Day before yesterday, actually.
So, what night? Saturday?
Yeah.
I think. So you got here Saturday night.
This is inconsistent with what Jennifer just told detectives, claiming Stefan arrived after her birthday party, which took place on Sunday night. However, even this timeline contradicts one of her earlier interviews, in which Jennifer struggled to remember exactly what day he made it into town.
How long has he been here? Or when did he arrive, rather, this time?
I can't remember if he arrived Saturday or Sunday.
Bro, if they killed the daughter, bro, this mother needs to be served 175 years. The dick can't be that good, bro.
Morning.
These are only the beginning of a string of contradictions that will soon raise major red flags. As Stefan's questioning continues, he's asked to describe how Madeline was acting following her birthday party on
What are these lines? It says Madeline is purple, Stefan is red. So how the fuck is one of them here and then like what?
Sunday night.
She was just happy. She was very happy. Everyone was happy. It's nothing out of the ordinary. I can't remember anything particular that happened.
Jennifer continues to explain what happened just after she returned from work and the reason behind her decision to break routine and have Stefan take Madeline to school the following morning.
I got home around 10:30. I started getting ready for bed myself. I started eating and taking my meds. I have to take meds. When I went to take my meds, I realized, oh my God, I forgot to take my Saturday night's meds, which is why I felt so weird and so abnormal and not myself Sunday while I was at work. Everyone at work noticed I was acting different and not being myself. Like I couldn't.
All right, this is my last pause, but I don't ever want to get to the point where I have to take medications to feel like myself. When I get to that point, bro, I may just decide to pull the plug on it, bro. Cause that sits so wrong with me, bro. I hate medication.
Smile in front of the guests. I felt this wave of depression that I haven't felt in years. It was my bipolar symptoms coming up again that I've been medicating myself for all this time. I sent them to sleep upstairs in the guest bedroom so that I could get a good night's sleep.
This disturbing admission further stressed the concerns detectives have had since Jennifer's initial interview, when she'd first explained their unusual sleeping arrangements at home.
Is it normal for both of them to sleep in the same room?
Sometimes when I really need a good night's sleep, I will send them upstairs. But when also a lot of times we will sleep together in the king size bed, all three of us, or sometimes Stefan will go upstairs and our bed alone. So it just really depends on what's going on that night with our schedules and what we're doing.
Okay, where were you sleeping?
What the? That's weird. Does she not have a room? I could have sworn like that setup was like her room and shit, right? Chat, like, am I tweaking? I don't know. Maybe my porn is fried in my brain, but I think it's very weird that at 13 years old, you're still sleeping with your mother and your father. Especially, or not, that's not even your father. To sleep with, I don't know. I think that's a little weird. But then again, maybe I'm just a dickhead.
Downstairs in the king size bed.
Okay. Is it just you two here? Well, you guys have a roommate, right?
We have two roommates.
So what rooms do you guys use?
The room downstairs, the master bedroom downstairs, and room number 4.
The house would later be thoroughly searched, and what investigators would uncover would leave detectives reeling. As Jennifer continues, she elaborates on how the concerning sleeping arrangements first originated.
The living situation with them, I'll be honest, seems weird. It's weird to me. She's got a bedroom downstairs. What's kind of the mindset or the thought process, the communication you've had with Stefan about, you know, she's not going to sleep in her bed, but you guys are going to go sleep in the guest bedroom?
It wasn't until June that he got his own bedroom and I sent him upstairs. That's where the requests for sleepovers started.
Okay.
And I kept telling her no. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with that. They really wanted to watch something, and I was really tired. And I said, okay, fine. Go ahead, but this can't happen often. Yeah, I allowed her to go upstairs and sleep with him. But honestly, I think I can count on one hand how many times that's happened, and it has been many times that I've allowed her to have a supper party with him, to be alone in a.
If you're not sleeping with your boyfriend, why the fuck is your child sleeping with your boyfriend? Am I tripping? Am I tripping, or is that not like kind of weird? To have like a daughter and allow them to sleep with your boyfriend?
In the bed with him.
The sleeping arrangements leave detectives seemingly uneasy. But with finding Madeline still the main priority, investigators ask Stefan to piece together the events of the following morning.
Woke up around 7:15, somewhere around there, which is an early start for us, but we had talked about getting McDonald's breakfast beforehand, so we wanted to make good time. We did make good time. We got out the door maybe 7:30ish, 7:45ish, maybe.
However, when Natalie, who lived in the house as one of Jennifer's two roommates, was asked if she saw the two of them getting ready in the morning, her answer seemed to contradict Stefan's account.
See them at all Monday morning?
By the time I was leaving Monday, no, I think I was leaving too early. I leave like around 7:45. I typically don't see them. Which
Were you
was like
probably
normal.
gone before they even got up, maybe? Okay, gotcha.
If Natalie's recollection is correct, she would likely have seen Stefan, as they both claim to have left the house at the same time. The timeline is even more muddied by a written statement to the police, in which Jennifer claims she physically saw Madeline getting ready around 8 a.m. Confusion over the truth is compounded as her story continues to change.
Between your initial statement to the police, a lot of things have changed. The initial statement to the police was you watched her get dressed, you watched her leave, you knew exactly what she was wearing.
Can I tell you
Absolutely.
my thought process on that, or where I came from with that? I was handed this form, and I'm like, where do I start? What do I write? And somebody said, tell them what you saw. And so I started with I saw. And then I wrote out what I wrote out. But it wasn't until later I was like, wait, I didn't see her. I assumed that I saw her. I assumed that I heard her. But I didn't. In reality, I didn't see her. I only saw him. And I heard something in the kitchen, but I don't know who that was.
Despite the inconsistencies, investigators move on to what happened after Stefan and Madeline allegedly left for school.
She was asleep in the car most of the time, just snoozing until we got there. And she wanted to be dropped off a little down the ways from the school. She's got this phase that she's been into lately where she's very particular about what car she's seen getting out of in front of the school. I get it. It's an image thing. I said, okay, let her out. Have a good day. Love you. Thanks. Love you too. And I turned around and was driving away and was watching her in my rearview mirror to make sure that she was going where she was supposed to go. And she was moving in that direction, but she was rummaging around in her backpack or something. Find out later that she forgot her phone here, so she may have been rummaging for her phone. But she was still kind of making her way towards that direction, so it looked okay. Looked like any other day.
And you said that that's typical of her to walk that distance?
Yeah, she likes the morning walks when it's cool. And she will sometimes like to hang out and wait for her friends. She's known to do that.
His statement seems to have raised suspicions with investigators, as Madeline's friend informs them that it isn't typical for her to be dropped off anywhere but in front of the school. Stefan also claims to have dropped her off, to be raised suspicions with investigators, as Madeline's friend informs them that it isn't typical for her to be dropped off anywhere but in front of the school. Stefan also claims to have dropped her off between 8:20 and 8:40 a.m., but when confronted with what detectives saw on local street cameras, Stefan makes an abrupt change to his story.
So,
on camera, passenger seat is leaning back.
Stefan makes an abrupt change to his story.
So why is your car seen going southbound at 8:10? So meaning going toward Kissimmee.
I had forgotten I had forgotten my gate clicker. I'm sorry. I forgot I had gone back to the house real quick after we left. I actually had to go through the front gate and use my parking pass to grab my clicker. So it was the wrong time. I'm sorry. Like I said, I was guesstimating these times. I'm not a morning person.
Okay.
So yes, we'd gone out.
How far did you get before you came back
Hey
down?
man, that car nice, man. I wouldn't mind seeing you getting out of that. I'll drive that bitch. That shit nice.
We'd gone out.
How far did you get before you came back down when you realized you forgot your clicker?
Nearly all the way to the school.
So you guys came back here to get your clicker?
Correct.
So when we look at the cameras in the front, it's going to show you coming back in
Correct.
here with her in the car?
Yes, with her in the passenger seat,
Okay.
yes.
Footage from the apartment shows Stefan pulling up to the complex trash compactor at 7:35 a.m. in his silver sedan. He's wearing a red-colored shirt as he throws a trash bag inside the compactor and pulls away. A female, believed to be Madeline, is visible in the front passenger seat, appearing slightly slumped over. They leave and return to the apartment at 8:19 a.m., where Stefan appears to speak briefly with a security guard. Madeline still appears to be in the front passenger seat. The security guard was later interviewed, but his account burns another hole in Stefan's story.
Do you remember a resident coming through in a silver Lincoln sedan?
I do remember, but not his face. I talked to him. He showed me his little clicker, and he's like, "Hey man, I'm clicking, it's not working." And then I went and I clicked the button. He went inside, and I just remember there was a woman like sleeping beside him with a green shirt.
If Stefan already had his
He
gate
had
clicker,
his gate
reason
clicker.
for returning to the complex falls apart, leaving investigators to question what else he may have lied about. They determine the trash compactor needs a closer look and begin the process of gathering a warrant to search its contents. Meanwhile, with more questions than answers, Stefan continues to explain what happened next after he returned to the area near the church and dropped Madeline off.
What did you do after you left the area?
I left to go to the local vape shop because I needed some more vape juice. They weren't quite open yet, so I ended up going back home. Waited about an hour or so and then went back and checked the vape shop again. It was open, so I got what I needed there and came back.
Do you remember what time you came home?
The first time was probably right around 10, close to it. Probably finished at the vape shop and came back home again a little after 11.
Okay. You said the first time that you hung out with a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Was there when you got here at 10?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so. She might have been at her blood appointment. Let me double check.
It's okay. We don't have to ask her right now.
Sorry, everything's a blur.
So she might have been here. She might have not have been here
I
the first time.
believe she was here because she was sleeping in as much as she possibly could because she's been messed up with her work schedule. So she had to be here because she didn't want to sleep in.
With Stefan struggling to remember whether or not Jennifer was home when he arrived back at the apartment, investigators turned to Jennifer herself.
I don't know.
Confirmation.
I don't know. This is
When
looking
Stefan
a little.
called me around 10:18 in the morning, I had stepped out to go get blood work done, and he had just let me know that he just got back home from running a few errands. I asked, "Did you guys ever just stop at McDonald's?" And he said, "No, she changed her mind." He tried convincing her a few times that she did not want McDonald's anymore.
At what time did you leave the house yesterday in the morning? Or what time did you step out, rather?
I'm gonna say around 9:30.
You left around 9:30. And then Stefan called you around 10 to say he got home?
Though Stefan claims he spent time with Jennifer before leaving for the vape store a second time, Jennifer's account suggests she wasn't home until after he returned. As confusion builds over the timeline, detectives review security footage from the street cameras and notice a flaw in Stefan's story.
Did you go anywhere else after the smoke shop?
Oh, no. I don't think I went anywhere specific. I was just driving probably in the direction of home. but I don't remember stopping anywhere specifically.
And you were there for 5 to 10 minutes.
Roundabout, I think.
Okay, so like let's say you drop her off at 8:40. We don't see your car coming back south until 10 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing between 8:40 and 10 o'clock?
Cruising around a little bit.
Okay, but I asked you earlier, you know, like what you were doing, and you said you were there for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then you came back home.
I mean, I don't know what to say. It was just a normal day. I didn't have anything important to do. The smoke shop was supposed to open soon, so I made my way over there. Wasn't any particular rush, though.
Okay, but can you help me explain to them, because I don't know the explanation or the answer to this question, okay? So can you help me explain to them why there's such a delay in the time?
No.
With Stefan unable to provide an answer, more surveillance footage will need to be reviewed to track his movements. Meanwhile, a suspicious act by Stefan raises serious alarms for investigators.
Ooh.
I left my phone at home in the morning, too. I was so busy.
He killed this bitch. He killed her. He killed her. You're not lying about where you at and leaving your phone at home for no reason, bro. He killed her, bro.
Riding herd over to get us out the door on time that I left my phone. She left her phone. We both left our phones.
Did you have your phone when you went to the smoke shop?
Not the first time after I dropped her off. I was still without it. I got my phone and went back to the smoke shop. Later when I got home.
And then I also noticed, I was checking your call history. I noticed that you don't have anything before this morning. Is that unusual on your phone?
No, it's a new phone. Stupid. I went to do an up.
He deleted call logs. He deleted call logs. He deleted call logs as well. He deleted call logs. Wow. This is crazy. It's crazy how if you push long enough, bro, things are gonna start to unfold, bro. If you ask a motherfucker what happened 6 times, bro, a lying motherfucker. If you ask a lying motherfucker what happened 6 times, that 7th time, the story is gonna be different, bro. The story is gonna be different, bro. Like, niggas can't tell you the same lie over and over and over again, bro. It's impossible. It's literally impossible.
Date yesterday morning, and I don't know what the, pardon me, I don't know what the heck I did, but somehow during the massive OS update, I managed to factory reset my phone and lose all of my contacts, all my information.
Jennifer also corroborates this story as she explains the moment the supposed accident took place.
Supposed accident?
How the hell does that happen? That gives you options now when you reset your phone. He goes, yeah, apparently I wasn't paying attention and I just pressed the button and it happened. And I said, oh, that's unfortunate. That sucks.
When asked, Stefan voluntarily hands over his phone, and investigators begin a forensic download to determine its contents. They uncover that at 12:12 p.m. on February 26th, the phone was factory reset by manually navigating to the device's settings, and that it had nothing to do with a system update.
With a system update.
They also
That doesn't even
discovered
make
that a
sense.
password must be entered, and that it's unlikely,
Yeah.
if not impossible, to be done by.
You have to, when you go to reset your phone, you have to put a password in twice, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you got to put in your phone password and like your Apple ID password, bro. Resetting a phone, bro, factory resetting a phone is not like easy, bro. It's some shit you have to intentionally do.
Accident. In the meantime, Jennifer explains that Stefan had an intense reaction to leaving his phone in the hands of the police.
So earlier that day, I think Detective Hunt came, or somebody came, and asked Stefan for his cell phone. If he would willingly give it up so that they can look at it, or if they would need a warrant. And I remember him saying, should I have asked a warrant? Should I have? And I'm like, no, if you've got nothing to hide, give him your phone. And I think we hung out in the house for a little bit, and then when you guys came in the evening, and you guys told us to wait outside and we waited in my car, he started getting very anxious and very panicky, going, I want my phone back. I want my phone back. And I said, listen, at this point, it's their phone. It's theirs for ever. I don't give a. We will buy you a new phone. It doesn't matter anymore. Whatever they need, they need. Like, let them look at it. And he's like, I just want my phone back. And I'm just like, are you trying to make yourself more suspicious? Because, like, if you were to go demand your phone back right now, that would look suspicious. Like, what are you doing?
What they would later discover hidden in the data would shock investigators and completely change the course of the case. Meanwhile, as Stefan's account of the day continues, he explains that he left the apartment once again around 12:30 in the afternoon.
I had a couple errands to run over on 192. She was talking about making a BJ shopping list. She just wanted to make sure I was back in time for us to both go pick up. So I was visiting some card shops around the area on 192. I'm kind of a nerd, so we had a new trading card game release, and I was seeing what the situation was with it.
Jennifer describes Stefan as an avid gamer who collects figurines, trading cards, and retro toys such as Tamagotchis.
Do you remember what places you visited?
Yeah, Coliseum of
Tamagotchi, okay.
Tamagotchis.
Do you remember what places you visited?
Yeah, Coliseum of Comics. Stopped by a couple Targets, and I was going to go to House Rules Games down by Oak and 192. But I didn't make it that far. I got a flat tire on the way.
Between the factory phone reset and now the flat tire, the suspicious circumstances keep adding up. Jennifer continues, explaining what happened as the time approached to pick up Madeline from school.
2:30 rolls around, and I'm already calling Stefan, and he's not picking up his phone. About 10 minutes later, I get a phone call from him going, I just got back home. I left my phone home again. I'm so sorry. How long ago did you leave? And I said, about 10 minutes ago. He goes, I'm so sorry. I missed it. I really wanted to go with you. And I'm just like, it's fine.
Investigators attempt to pinpoint where the tire change occurred, but once again, Stefan seems to struggle with his memory.
Do you remember where you got your flat tire?
It was on 192. I pulled into one of those plazas somewhere.
Do you remember the name of the plaza by any chance?
Though investigators were unaware at the time, Stefan's flat tire would eventually be the key to a massive breakthrough in the search for Madeline.
Damn.
Meanwhile, Jennifer explained she went to the school to pick up Madeline.
But like, damn though, like I would hate for this to be my life. Like, look at this. This is the mother's car, seized. It's not her. It's theirs. Seized. They got her keys, the whole car in here, the tag still in there. It looked like they cleaned it. It's crazy.
While Jennifer,
It's got to be something. She's dead. She has to be dead. If their cars are seized like this, bro, dead.
She went to the school to pick up Madeline, and more inconsistencies come up.
410 rolls around, and she's still not out, or 409. And then at this point, I'm feeling the pressure from the cars behind me. I'm like, okay, they're all full. They're all waiting for me to leave, and she's not here yet. So I take off, and I'm thinking, maybe I missed her. Maybe I forgot to tell her I was picking her up from school today, because I don't know if she knew that I wasn't working. So I left, thinking maybe she walked. That's pretty close to school. Let me go drive back down and wait along the path she would walk, and just wait. And I parked and I waited. Maybe somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes. She still wasn't there, and I looked at the time and I'm like, okay, she should be back at my mom's office by now. Maybe she took a different path and I didn't see. She's still not here. And I'm like, that's really strange. And I think at this point I call Stefan and I tell him she didn't make it. She's absent today. There's no attendance of her at all today.
Later that evening, Jennifer, Stefan, and concerned family members met with police to report Madeline missing. Detectives noted several discrepancies in Jennifer and Stefan's accounts. Jennifer initially claimed she saw Madeline getting ready for school, later saying she only heard her. Curiously, she'd corrected Stefan on what Madeline was wearing earlier, despite initial statements that she never saw her.
Right.
White Crocs.
Either blue or black pants.
I think black shorts.
Black shorts.
Look at that. You ain't see her. You ain't see her this morning. That's what you said. So how the fuck you know she got on? I think black shorts. You corrected her. You corrected him. Wow. I'm telling you, bro, at some point, the lie's gonna fall apart. At some point, bro. It happens with everything.
Shorts? Okay.
Additionally, a review of cameras near where Stefan supposedly left Madeline doesn't show his car in the area, and cameras capture him moving in the opposite direction at the time he was supposedly dropping her off at school. A license plate reader also captured Stefan 9 miles away in St. Cloud at the time he was supposedly heading toward House Rules Games in Kissimmee, where he disappears from cameras for approximately 54 minutes.
Damn.
With suspicious circumstances surrounding Madeline's disappearance, police prohibit Stefan and Jennifer from re-entering their apartment on the night of February 27th, 1 day following Madeline's disappearance. Jennifer's reaction to the news was far from what investigators expected.
I think at this point, when I noticed that forensics was locking down the house and you guys said we couldn't come back, I told him to call his dad. Because I had a feeling y'all knew something and it was going to come down on him. And I'm just like, they're focusing on the wrong person. They have the wrong person. In my head, I'm convinced you guys are that you had the wrong person. I started saying to him, like, I think they're focusing in on you. Like, you need to call your dad and I think we need to get you a lawyer.
How did he feel when you said he needs a lawyer?
He didn't believe me. Like, when I told him, like, don't you see forensics is closing down the house? They know something, or there's something, like, they know something. Something's happening. They wouldn't be locking down the house this way if they didn't have suspicions of something.
Facts. On the night of February 27th, after the police seized Stefan's phone in their apartment, they booked a hotel with Stefan's dad, Chris, a retired Orange County police deputy. Chris will soon speak with police, sharing his own fears and suspicions about his son.
Damn.
The following morning, Stefan's sudden absence from the hotel doesn't go unnoticed.
The following morning, I wake up, I think around 9 o'clock in the morning, and Stefan's not there. And I remember thinking, he left again without his phone and didn't tell anyone where he was going. That's suspicious as fuck again. Why is he trying to
recreate
his phone? So he got a new phone?
He didn't get the new phone until later that day, where his dad woke up, came to our hotel room, and then handed him a phone. But he rolled in around 11:15, rolled in with a cup of Wawa, and said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I was just driving around. I grabbed some Wawa on 182 and got lost. I didn't know how to get back to the hotel, but I'm here now." And I'm just like, detectives are about to show up. What the would have happened if they showed up and you weren't here? Like, you would have been a fugitive. Like, what are you doing?
That seems like, to me, he was like, I'm fucked. Let me take my last drive, cup of coffee. Like, if I know I'm fucked, nigga, I'm going on a 2-hour drive, bro. Like, just going on a drive. Like, I feel like that's what that was. That's a I'm fucked drive. Let me just, you know what I'm saying?
He was just apologetic about not telling anyone where he went.
But you know, I mean, he had a Wawa cup and he said he was up at 192.
Yeah, but in reality, I know that he truly took my car in the middle of the night to Northport, Florida, and I was down there for an hour and came back.
Cameras capture Stefan leaving the hotel lobby at 4:35 a.m. in Jennifer's car. A license plate reader captures him again 1 mile from his parents' home in Northport, Florida, nearly 150 miles from Kissimmee at 6:20.
So the nigga... So why... What? I don't... Bro, Northport is so far from Orlando, bro. Niggas don't even know. Orlando is far from me, and I'm in Tampa area. So imagine Northport. And Northport is far from me. It's like an hour away.
29 a.m. Investigators urgently speak with Stefan's dad, Chris, as their suspicions surrounding Stefan's activities solidify their suspicions about it being connected with Madeline's whereabouts.
Did he tell you he was in Northport today? I'm assuming he did it based on the reaction. Okay. So, you need to take a seat? Or? No. Okay. He was in Northport. Yes. We have more than enough reason to believe that Stefan was in Northport today at the exit that you take you to your house. Our concern is we're conducting a missing person investigation. Yeah. Given the proximity of that exit to your home, what we're trying to find out is if she's just hanging out in your house, you just wanted to get her somewhere safe, We want to put eyes on her, make sure she's okay.
Chris contacts his wife, who's currently at their house in Northport, to let her know that local police are on the way. Meanwhile, Chris theorizes that if Stefan were hiding Madeline, there may be another place worth searching.
They're going to come over and want to search a house for, apparently, can I tell them? Yeah. Apparently, Stefan made a trip down to Northport last night. Or this morning, I should say. I have no idea. But there's a storage unit, but he wouldn't have access to the keys to the storage unit because I have the only key to it. And that would have been locked in my car, and he would have had to come in my room, which he didn't have a key to get into it.
Chris cooperates fully, giving police permission to search his home and the storage unit in Northport for any sign of Madeline. Meanwhile, Chris describes a haunting suspicion he shared with his wife once they learned of Madeline's sudden disappearance.
When I left last night, I said, hey, I told her, I said, do we really know? Is he capable of doing something harmful to her?
Why would you suspect that?
Because some inconsistencies of phone calls he had with me didn't add up, okay? So I'll give you the sequence. He calls me mid-afternoon, 3-ish.
Cooked. That just shows that he had a call log list. I mean, we already knew he reset his phone on purpose, but he had a call log list and he was hiding it.
Maybe 3:45 or something. And say, I just had a flat tire. Okay. How the f did you get a flat tire? You just drove over to Kissimmee. You took her, maybe you're running an errand, but where would you have gone to get a flat tire?
It was several hours later, around 5 p.m., when Stefan told Chris that Madeline never showed up for school. Meanwhile, Jennifer shares similar concerns about his activities.
Him disappearing to Northport. What the hell was he doing? That is suspicious. I mean, now that I know that that's where he went, that is suspicious as all. Why did he go to a storage unit facility? What was he grabbing? What was he trying to dispose of?
Bruh, he killed your daughter. And he has her body in that Northport storage unit.
Or what was he trying to hide in the... That to me is suspicious.
What Stefan was doing in Northport and how it's related to Madeline's disappearance will be revealed later. The home and storage unit are searched, but no sign of Madeline is found. In the meantime, Stefan is brought to the police station just after his return to the hotel on February 28th, unaware that his many lies are about to catch up with him.
What happened to your hand?
Flat tire. I haven't changed a flat tire in about 10 years. I made a rookie mistake and had my thumb too close to where the jack and the frame meet. And it slipped, and the frame came down on my thumb and pinned it between the jack.
What about the other scratches?
Courtesy of a janky tire iron and the road.
Did you bleed at all?
Yeah, this one had some blood and this one had some blood, but not much. It clotted fast.
Do you know what popped your tire at all?
No idea. Tire just started going floppy and then
Pretty worn out or
way
something?
floppier and then just completely freaking separated. Thank God we had a spare and a jack. Jinky as it was.
So typically when changing a tire and stuff, you tend to get brake dust and dirty and all that.
Yeah,
Did you happen to...
positive that I breathed in some freaking brake dust or tire dust or something because I was coughing the rest of the afternoon.
What'd you end up doing to clean up or stop the bleeding and stuff?
Nothing, actually. I just
You didn't
went
get too
home
dirty?
and washed my hands and that was it.
Your clothes get all messed up and all, or...
Not bad, surprisingly.
What were you wearing, by chance?
This. So I think I'm still wearing this. I'm still wearing the same clothes.
Oh, so you kept pretty clean.
Try to, I guess.
Earlier surveillance footage showed him wearing a red shirt as he threw away items in the trash compactor.
I was finna say, I could have sworn I heard something about him wearing a red shirt.
The apartment
Unless he had the jacket on.
with Madeline. However, when he's captured on camera at a smoke shop later that morning, his clothes have changed.
You weren't wearing a red shirt?
I was wearing a red shirt early in the morning. But I changed clothes later. because that shirt was in a couple days with that one.
It's a dirty ass nigga.
Flat tire happened after that.
Where do you shower?
Security footage from the apartment complex. Stefan was seen visiting the trash compactor multiple times throughout the day. At 4:35 p.m., around the time Stefan claims he learned of Madeleine's absence from school, he's seen throwing away a piece of a damaged tire. However, this wasn't the only thing Stefan discarded.
Too old to lie to people, too old to beat around the bush, and we seem like we're having a generally good conversation right now. Okay? The only thing that I ask for from you is, and I will reciprocate, I want you to be honest with me as much as I'm being honest with you. Okay? Nowadays, cameras are everywhere. Okay?
Facts.
So we
Facts.
see you at the guard check. Okay. We see you go by the dumpster. Okay.
I may have taken some trash with me then.
What was in the trash?
House trash.
House trash?
Yeah.
When you for school, did she have her backpack with her?
Yes.
She did.
Damn.
Did she have her school computer with her?
Yes.
See what I'm saying? He had to have killed her. Cause they have the book bag. So that means one of two things. They either found her or they found her body. You know what I'm saying?
Presumably, yes.
Presumably. Okay.
She should have.
Once again, this goes back with the old.
There's a lot of awkward silences that they do. That's the thing with these detectives, bro. Everything they do is calculated, bro. They give you a lot of awkward silences to build tension, to make you talk when you don't need to. You know what I'm saying? Like if I say something, right? I'm like, how was your day? And you're like, good, right? And then I just keep looking at you. I'm like, you gonna keep talking. You gonna be like, well, I started, you know what I'm saying? To make you start talking when you don't really need to, because you want to fill the gaps.
Do you think there was things in that trash bag that got thrown away that probably shouldn't have been thrown away?
Near the tire, a Hawaiian print backpack, school laptop, and one white Croc were found, all believed to belong to Madeleine Soto. White Croc. Near the tire, a Hawaiian.
I told you, bro. I told you. I can't wait to find out why, bro. Why did he do that? Wow.
Print backpack, school laptop, and one white Croc were found, all believed to belong to Madeleine Soto. Stefan's story of watching Madeleine walk toward the school with her belongings falls apart with this devastating discovery, prompting the detective to make a desperate plea for the truth.
Well, I can confidently tell you she did not go to school with her backpack.
How's that?
Because we found it in the trash. So, Stefan, here's what I'm asking you and pleading with you is to dig down and do some soul searching. I have kids, he's got kids. And this little girl's out there somewhere that we need to know where. And I really, really, really think you can help us. I mean, you want to get something off your chest. I just don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm pleading with you.
I don't know. I don't.
Though Stefan continues to deny the truth, the evidence against him is mounting.
That's what you do. You give him a little something. Well, we caught you here. Oh, okay, you said you were doing this at this time, and that's why you were here. Well, actually, caught you doing this too. So that doesn't make sense because that lie is a lie, and just that's all you have to do. That's what they go do. Give him a little, let him lie his way out of it, and then when he lies his way out of that, give him something else that disproves the lie that they just lied to cover up the lie that they told you. You know what I'm saying?
Far from finished as they prepare to confront him with the jaw-dropping discovery from his cell phone. A disturbing revelation that will be nearly impossible for Stefan to deny.
What do you think was on the phone?
Text messages.
Mm-hmm.
Emails. Old stuff.
Pictures?
Oh, yeah.
What kind of pictures were on there?
Training card pictures. Lightsaber pictures. Disney pictures.
It's crazy how he's into all of this, I guess you could say, kiddie things. He has a lot of interest, I guess children would also show interest in. And he's killing children.
Do you have a Google account?
Yeah.
Do you save pictures to your Google account?
You see how he's just learned. Do you have a Google account? I already know about your Google account. I already know he has a picture of him killing or a video of him killing a girl in his video account. I'm gonna ask him though. Do you have a Google account? Do you take pictures and videos in there or no? Like duh. What the fuck else I would do with my Google Photos account? You know what I'm saying?
Or is it automatically? I know sometimes phones sync
it to iCloud. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it backs up to Google.
Mm-hmm. And then sometimes when you reset your phone and your phone updates and puts these apps back on your phone, sometimes they will put the images back on your phone.
I'm not sure.
Do you have
Oh, I assume so.
any pictures of you?
Probably. I mean, we went to Disney, took selfies on the train. She got back from Puerto Rico and had her hair braided. We got pictures of that. All sorts of pictures. Family events.
Any other pictures that you think of?
On February 28th, 2 days after Madeleine's disappearance, the digital forensics team was able to recover hundreds of images and videos from the phone and a Google Cloud account. The images date back as far as when Madeleine was only 8 years old. Though few images show Stefan's face, a unique black mark on his genitals would later match those seen in the photos. More discoveries would later come from his search history, with horrifying implications.
Here's where I'm going to be brutally honest with you.
The Ophi image for 100 days after Madeleine's disappearance.
What does it say?
The digital
image depicting inserts his penis into Madeleine's vagina. Identity is confirmed by a damn.
Digital forensics team was able to recover hundreds of images and videos from the phone and a Google Cloud account. The images date back as far as when Madeleine was only 8
This
years
nigga's
old.
crazy.
Though few images show Stefan's face, a unique black mark on his genitals would later match those seen in the photos. More discoveries would later come from his search history, with horrifying implications.
Here's where I'm going to be brutally honest with you. There's a phone. And I'm pretty sure you know what some of those pictures.
11 years and 5 months old, Stefan is inserting his penis into Madeleine's mouth where she appears to be sleeping. Wow.
Pictures are about. You're a very intelligent person. I don't want you to discredit yourself by saying you don't know about all the pictures that are on your phone. You understand what I'm saying? So do you want to add to the list of pictures?
No. Should I be talking with a lawyer right now?
I can't answer that question. My sole purpose right now is to see if I can find.
That's crazy. He destroyed that young girl, bro. He destroyed that young girl for his pleasure and then killed her. Took the innocence from that young girl for his pleasure and then killed her. Lord Jesus. I pray for that mother, bro. That's
Really
just
hoping
demonic.
help.
This is just a demon.
Well, I'd like to try to help, but I feel like I should probably have a lawyer present at this point.
In a nearby interrogation room, Jennifer is presented with the distressing evidence. However, her initial reaction leaves investigators in shock.
We have his phone. We were able to get into his phone. And there are some very, very unfortunate graphic pictures with... I wish I could tell you this was all a made-up story, but it's not. Did you ever suspect anything like this? No? You okay?
How are you feeling right now?
I can't breathe.
Is this a surprise?
Is there photos of her?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So you know how we have his phone? Obviously, that's how we were able to find the photos in there.
I don't want to believe that this is true. Can I see some of that evidence?
What makes you believe that it's not?
I thought I knew him well enough.
Though investigators insist the photos are true, Jennifer continues to ask them to show her the proof. Despite their concerns that the images may be too difficult for her to see, they ultimately reveal one of the images to her. Jennifer's reaction, however, will soon lead the detective to a chilling conclusion.
So what do you think should happen to Stefan?
I'm afraid to say press charges, but what else? There's a side of me that wants to say he's innocent, that this doesn't happen. Can I make one decision now and change my mind later? If I decide not to press charges now, could I change my mind and press charges later?
It's a lot to digest. Okay, so I don't want to make you answer that right now. But when we come back, we'll talk more about it. She's on info.
That's where I'm at. I know that the acts happened, but I'm not convinced that he didn't take her to school. I'm not convinced that he's the reason she's gone. Because if this had been
Nigga,
going
what
on,
the fuck, gang? This nigga was sticking dick in his little girl mouth while she was asleep, bro. Any nigga that do anything like this, bro, you should want them gone immediately, bro. She's weird as fuck, bro.
for so long, what's the motive? Why Monday? Why that day? Why the day after her birthday when we were supposed to spend the entire week together and have such a great time? Like we had plans. Like we knew.
Damn, y'all peep. It looked like, I don't know, maybe it was in a burning process. It looks like the bag was wrapped in a plastic bag and said plastic bag started to burn. Started to be burned. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even right here, you could see like a little bit of melted plastic on her shoe. And like melted plastic all over her bag.
We were gonna be together that week and we were gonna have a good time. So I just can't think like, why?
When you say what's the motive, what are you assuming?
Hold on, I'll give me 1 second. My bad, y'all.
That she was taken. Not that anyone that I know has done something to her, because I feel like nobody I know would do something to her, would hurt her, would murder her.
You would hurt her. Like, your boyfriend was slipping his dick in her mouth while she was sleeping. And forcing her to suck his dick. all kind of freaky shit. I'm recording it at that. You have a wife. Go tell your wife to suck your dick. What is your problem? Your girlfriend, whatever the fuck she is. Niggas have issues, bro.
Or anything like that.
In addition to the photos, several items were located in a search of their apartment, including a firearm found in Stefan's room. In Madeleine's room, a phone tripod was located inside a drawer, and a pair of men's underwear was found in a laundry basket. Police noted that a specialized light source was used on Madeleine's bed, and areas of fluorescence were observed on her comforter. Additionally, Madeleine's school notebook areas of fluorescence were observed. A specialized light source was used on Madeleine's bed, and areas of fluorescence were observed on her comforter.
What I mean?
Additionally, Madeleine's school notebook was found and appeared to contain graphic depictions of sexual acts. The evidence is enough to charge Stefan with sexual batterings of sexual acts. The evidence is enough to charge Stefan with sexual battery, and after more evidence is collected by police, he is placed under arrest. The investigators are still looking for Madeleine, and despite the overwhelming evidence of Madeleine's victimization, it still isn't enough to convince Jennifer that Stefan had something to do with her disappearance.
We know what happened. What if he's telling the truth about dropping her off and driving away and driving around in circles and getting to the vape shop? Because I know there's banks around, right in that same plaza. There must, in Amscott, there must be video of him pulling into that plaza and waiting.
What do you mean? What's your question?
If you guys have found evidence of him being in front of the store like he said he was, like it's possible that his story might be true and
Nobody said his story wasn't true. We just said he's a fucking weirdo.
could have taken her. Like, I'm just thinking, like, what if we're focusing, like, okay, the sex things happened, right? But what if that's completely a side thing and not having to do with this, like her missing?
2 days after his arrest on March 1st, Madeleine is still missing, and the detective once again confronts Jennifer, this time to share a troubling concern.
I think at a certain point throughout this relationship, you became aware of it. And for whatever reason, your reasons are your reasons, whether it was discussed that it would stop, whether it was discussed how it would go, that you feel some sense of guilt. A lot of the news statements you've given kind of, again, my opinion only, I don't speak for anybody else, whether it's in this room or out of this room, bother me. I feel like some of your sadness is not real sadness. I feel like when you gave the interview with Fox 35, it was not sincere. Looking at that video one time, I didn't feel like your cries were sincere. And I'm not saying that because you're a bad person, but her going missing, her disappearance, if you have knowledge of how it happened, where it happened, an inclination, that emotion's not going to feel sincere because you're already aware of what happened.
I would.
It's almost becomes
If
a
I
lie
knew,
at that point.
if I knew anything, I promise you, I would tell you. Like, I am willing to take a lie detector test, whatever the you want, but I don't know anything. He's never mentioned anything. I've never seen any signs. I tried watching her like a hawk. I thought I was doing a good job, but I wasn't.
Regardless of whether Jennifer was aware of the situation, the reality remains that Madeleine hasn't yet been found, and uncovering where she is and what may have happened to her is still a priority.
We currently have upwards, probably 200 people working on finding. Anybody who is somebody is involved.
Yeah.
So, regardless of the circumstances, those people don't get to go home. Those people don't get to go back to their families. Those people don't get to live their lives and go back to their primary jobs. This isn't something that's going to stop or go away. I can tell you, and I know detectives expressed to you that the thought process at this point is this is a homicide investigation.
Yeah.
Based on the evidence I've seen, based on the videos I've seen.
Further review of the surveillance footage, which shows Madeleine traveling with Stefan in the early hours of February 26th, leads detectives to draw a heartbreaking conclusion. They note that the slumped position with her head leaning is not a common sitting position.
I'm looking at this.
They note that the slumped position with her head leaning is not a common sitting position, and horrifically, perhaps indicates that Madeleine may not be alive.
Wow.
Additionally, footage captured in a parking garage shows what appears to be Stefan carrying Madeline from the front passenger seat to the trunk at approximately 9:41 a.m., the time when Stefan claimed to be meandering around while waiting for the vape store to open. Without her body, however, their conclusion is only a theory. Meanwhile, a startling admission by Jennifer will soon lead to a brutal confrontation by the detective, whose patience appears to be wearing thin.
Have you talked to Chris about Stefan needing a lawyer?
Yeah.
When?
And she was already telling that nigga he needed a lawyer too before they even fully understood what was going on. She told that nigga he needed a lawyer. It's a little weird to me.
When you guys showed me the photos.
So we showed you photos. The
No.
first thought you had was to ask his father if he should get a lawyer?
No. that was true, right? That's evidence. That's for real. That's happening. But I kept thinking, they're going. I don't know why I can't tell you why my brain kept thinking, no, he didn't kill her. Not that he didn't kill her, but she's still missing. She's still out there. She was taken. Yes, he's done this to her, and that's not okay. But I
You
swore
making
she
it
was
okay.
I felt in my body she was still alive. She was still out there. I told Chris to get him a lawyer because I felt like you guys were chasing the wrong person, but you weren't.
Because you offering him a lawyer is very weird.
Facts.
I know.
Her replies to the details about the severity of Madeline's assaults appear to be the final straw for the detective, as his confrontation grows more heated.
You prioritized him by offering him
A lawyer. To get him a lawyer. Like, that's suspicious as
get
fuck.
him a lawyer. Not what the did he do? Hey, we need to figure out what happened. No, let's protect Stefan.
I was in shock.
No, that's not shock. That is your natural instinct to protect Stefan.
I don't know why I said that.
But that's the problem. You don't know why. Does your role in her life lead this to happen? I'll be honest. Yes.
I know.
Since she was a child, since her victimization started, it occurred under your roof and you acted like it didn't exist. And knowing the victimization, knowing how ongoing it is, knowing that you saw a picture of it, not just us telling you, not me and him saying, hey, listen, he's being... I think they had a bad relationship. They showed you
a picture
of it. And you still...
Hey, I like his... He turned that bad cop on. I like that.
A bad relationship. They showed you a picture of it. And you still protected him. So how am I supposed to not think that the thought process in your mind is until she's found, Stefan can't be charged with murder? Because we both now know that you don't want him to be charged with murder because you want him to have
a lawyer. You want him to have a lawyer.
That was then.
He can't be charged with murder.
That was then.
Ooh, she said, fuck the
No, I
blowjob.
don't-
Damn. That is true, though. Her reaction was like, man.
That was then.
He can't be charged with murder.
That was then. Everything that you guys have shown me since then and have shown me that he's
So we
lying
had to show
this
you a
whole
picture
time.
of her dead in a car for you to finally not take his side?
Despite his theory that Madeline is deceased, they've yet to locate any sign of her remains. If their devastating theory is correct, the question remains, what motive would Stefan have to end
Take her life.
What do you think made him snap?
Probably, honestly, probably just the fear of her getting older. He was like, this is my theory, right? He was victimizing her when she was young, using her to do whatever he wanted her to do when she was young, when she was easily manipulated, when she was easily manipulatable, when she was an easy target, an easier target. And then he was like, damn, this girl is 13 years old, bro. Like, at some point in time, I'm not just gonna be able to just tell her to suck my dick and she's just gonna do it. So, and I feel like he felt like the damage was already done, which is facts. The damage was already done. So I think he just was like, bro, this is something that can't ever get out. So But to me, it's like, bro, you could have took your own life, bro. You got grades coming out your beard. You probably about 40, 50. That was a new life.
I don't know.
You did the wrong. She didn't.
Tell me your theories, because here's the deal. We don't go home until she's found.
No, I know.
So what are your theories?
What I've heard is, what if she upset him and threatened to tell me and say that she was going to tell me, and he needed to shut that down. That's the only thing.
Threatened to tell you.
I don't want to believe he killed her. But from what you guys are telling me, he must have killed her Sunday night and snuck her body out in the morning. That photo you guys showed me of her slept in the car.
You don't want to believe he killed her.
I want to believe she's still alive and that she got kidnapped, but that doesn't seem like that's the case at all.
Yeah.
I know, my brain just wants to believe something else. I just want to believe she's still alive and she's out there.
Explain your reasoning behind those assumptions, and we'll move forward day by day.
So he had access to benzos and I think Lunesta.
The fuck is that?
I'm not familiar with that.
Benzodiazepines are anxiety medications which relax you and can
Benzos. Okay. I didn't know what she was talking about.
And Lunesta, I think, is a sleeping medication, like for insomnia.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's possible he gave her something and she was drugged. In those photos that you showed me where you're saying she's dead, maybe she was drugged. But if she is dead and it was done upstairs, I could just only imagine that he choked her. I don't know how else you would kill someone and not leave a mess.
Horrifically, a search for the medication sevoflurane was discovered in Stefan's Google account on February 12th and 14th. It's described as a volatile anesthetic that provides hypnosis and amnesia and is most commonly used for surgical procedures.
Like, why can you even buy
to
that?
determine whether or not the medication would show up in tests. Still, based on what he's seen, the detective isn't willing to entertain the idea that Madeline was merely sleeping.
We know he killed her. We know he drove out of there Monday morning. We know he discarded her backpack in the trash dumpster. We know he discarded her laptop and one shoe, right? So all her property was discarded to look like she's gone. That way he doesn't have evidence with him. But then you have all these suspicious times of when he's left and come back and he's gone here and gone there. So what do you think he was doing on all these suspicious times? He's roaming 192. What do you think? Knowing what you know now we can play. You know she's dead. You know that we've given you information. What do you think, knowing what you know, he was doing on 192? He was doing here. He was doing here. He was doing in Northport. What do you think?
So him leaving early in the morning and driving around aimlessly somewhere. I feel like he stashed the body at that time. When he came back and then left again. But see, it's daytime. Like, how could you move a body or move something in daytime and not be seen? But like, I feel like he went back to check to make sure he did a good job or to move the body again.
To change. So, man, like his day is just crazy. His day is just not making sense. A lot of shit was going on.
Detectives would eventually discover what Stefan was doing in Northport, along with a shocking discovery which will be revealed later.
Later?
Stefan has 54 minutes of unaccounted for activity in the area of St. Cloud, 9 miles from Kissimmee. Jennifer, however, claims she has no idea what he may have been doing there on the morning of February 26th.
I didn't think he ever, even knew where St. Cloud was because we've never driven down that way ever.
You live in Kissimmee, right?
Yeah, I know, but to me, he's never had a reason to ever drive down to St. Cloud. Ever.
Investigators continue to pry information from Jennifer, unaware of just how close they are to a major breakthrough.
Damn.
For now, Jennifer poses a dark and twisted theory for where they might search for Madeline.
If I were him and I had to stash a body, but I would never do this. My mind would say to go to Lake Toho.
There's a lot of woods there. There's a lot of gators.
Like I told you, there's going to come to a point where we will. Right? Volusia County Sheriff's Office just found somebody the other day that's been missing for a long time. People get found. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes it's not quick, but we will find her. What you need to think about is when you find her, is there an opportunity or a chance that we are going to prove that you did not assist us to your full capability in this investigation? And if that is true, you need to think about the consequences of that. Consequences of hindering a murder investigation or a capital sexual battery investigation could be punishable up to probably the same charges.
Facts.
Same time in jail.
Guilty by association. You helping them. Obstruction of evidence. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I know you know that I don't believe what you're saying. I know you know that I think you prioritize Stefan, but you prioritize jail. You see what I'm saying? Like, if we come back and prove that you sat in this room and misled us, that you didn't lead us in the right direction, or that you assisted, or you acknowledged, or you knew, you need warning from jail.
If I knew anything, I swear I would tell you.
At 4 p.m., just minutes after Jennifer's interrogation comes to a frustrating end, a call reaches detectives about a witness who claimed to see the suspect vehicle and a man fitting Stefan's description changing a tire near Hickory Tree Road, the location where Stefan disappeared from cameras in St. Cloud. The witness reveals the exact location where locked gates separate the road from an area of private property.
Dang.
The owner gives police permission to
Oh
enter.
yeah. Look at where he's at. Her body right here underneath this tree. Ain't nobody finna come out here. It's crazy how they just got a random lead, bro. Random lead. That's how it always is. The case go cold and they keep promoting it, putting it everywhere, then somebody calls in. Wait, actually, I seen, you know what I'm saying? And it's, you know, they lead to something else. It's crazy how crime works. That's why I like to watch crime get unsolved, because there's so many powerful brains and so many things that just happen, so many intricacies that happen in each case.
And horrifically, tucked inside a long expanse of bamboo trees, Madeleine's body is discovered. She's found wearing a green-colored sweatshirt and blue jeans, and her body is covered by pieces of what appeared to be hay or dry grass. The bottoms of her socks are clean, suggesting she was carried. Records would also reveal the sickening purpose of Stefan's trip to Northport while his family slept at the hotel.
Damn.
The property owner gives police permission.
So what, like right here? Damn.
To enter, and horrifically, tucked inside a long expanse of bamboo trees, Madeleine's body is discovered. She's found wearing a green-colored sweatshirt and blue jeans, and her body is covered by pieces of what appeared to be hay or dry grass. The bottoms of her socks are clean, suggesting she was carried. Records would also reveal the sickening purpose of Stefan's trip to Northport while his family slept at the hotel. According to police records, at 6:34 a.m., just after arriving in Northport, Stefan attempted to log into his Google account. It was later that Chris discovered the hard drive for Stefan's computer had been removed and placed in a bin at Chris's storage facility. He handed it over to the police, where it was found to contain over 35,000 explicit images of children. In a call between Chris and Stefan recorded from the jail, Stefan is confronted with the grim reality of a long future behind bars.
The penalty for the crimes you have been charged with carry a minimum 40-year sentence. So obviously we're going to be gone. We'll all be gone. We're sad about that, obviously, because there won't be anybody here for you when you come out.
Yeah, and I'll be lucky if I have another 40 years left in me either, so.
Yeah. I wish there was a way that, you and I can have a conversation, all of us could have a conversation to understand what's taken place, how this came about, how you arrived here, because it would help us better understand the situation.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. If I could have called out my son did some crazy shit like this, was child with CP and and was like sexually abusing a little girl, bro. You get one call out of me, bro. Just to be thorough and just because I believe in Jesus and I believe it will be the godly thing to do. You get one call out of me. Hey, I heard about what you did. And by no means possible can I support you or stand by you. You fucked up. So it's time to serve your time. But yeah, man. You getting that one call out of me, I'm letting you know I cannot support you or anything you do. And you disappointed the fuck out of me, bro. I feel like I failed as a father, bro. And I apologize to you if you feel like I failed you as a father because clearly something went wrong. Boom. Hanging up the phone. You never hear from me again.
We're at a loss.
Never hear from me again at all.
Understanding how all this came about. I mean, we're just totally baffled.
Well, I didn't start it.
Okay, you didn't start it, but you participated in it, which is just as bad as not starting it, but that's for another day.
Obviously, I can't get into specific details or anything, but, I mean, if you'd like to schedule a visit with me or something, maybe we can find some way to talk.
I don't know. I think we're always going to be recorded, so there won't be an opportunity to do that.
A later autopsy would rule Madeleine's cause of death as strangulation.
Yep.
Though an exact time of death could not be determined, investigators believe she was deceased before she was taken out of the apartment and was killed either the night of her birthday party or early the following morning. The footage of the young girl seen wandering away from the church Monday morning was not Madeleine.
Damn.
But an unfortunate coincidence that the person on camera bore a similar resemblance. Stefan is being held without bond and is currently facing multiple charges, including 13 counts of sexual battery, 7 counts of lewd molestation, 39 counts of unlawful possession of obscene materials, and first-degree capital murder. On April 26, 2024, 37-year-old Stefan Michael Stearns entered a plea of not guilty. His jury trial is set to begin on September 22, 2025, where prosecutors intend to seek the death penalty. He currently awaits his fate at the Osceola County Jail in Kissimmee, Florida. Jennifer has not been charged with any crimes related to the disappearance or murder of Madeleine Soto.
Damn. What they say? Oh yeah, death penalty is what they say. Woo. Hey man, y'all best stop playing, bro. Judge giving out them death penalties, man. Dang, I'm getting. I'd be so swole if I worked out, man. But judge giving out them death penalties, bro. It ain't even worth it, bro. It ain't even worth it. That was just like wild. That was a wild case. I don't even have nothing to say. Let me know how y'all are feeling in the comments down below, man.